Okay, welcome guys to this session or to this module. We're going to talk about t-shirt design, the process of creating designs that sell or designs that will interest your potential customers. T-shirt design is something I'm very enthusiastic about, and I believe this is like one of the major attractions in this business, the ability to create something that people actually like to wear. Okay, so by the end of this module you should be able to understand how to approach the actual creation of your t-shirt designs, whether you are going to do it by yourself or you're going to outsource your designs to work to a professional designer. We're going to also discuss other issues and best practices for t-shirt design. So let's move forward. Now, if you are going to be designing your work, you're not gonna have much issues here because you probably have a background in design, just like myself. Okay, but if you do not have a background in graphic design, then you don't have another option other than to outsource your designs, and it's going to cost you some money. So there are websites where you can actually hire freelancers to do the work. Now, one of the most popular out there is Fiverr, where you can get designs for as low as $5, $10 or $20, depending on the particular designer, how much they're able to charge. We also have Upwork, which is also another good place and very popular. Also, we have Freelancer, we have 99 Designs, Behance, TopTal, People Per Hour, and so many others out there. So you just have to do your research. I will personally recommend Upwork or Fiverr, and get started on those platforms. Search for the kind of designer you want and commission them and see what they can be able to produce. Alright, now if you are going to hire a designer, there are some things you have to keep in mind. There are some things that you should stick to. Now, some best practices. Now, the first thing is to know exactly what you want. If you know what you want to achieve, if you know the kind of designs that you want to create, you're not going to have much issues with the designer down the road, because you know exactly what you want and you lay out a blueprint. You give them a brief, and with that they are able to create kind of designs that you will like or that will sell. So have a perfect knowledge of exactly what you want. And secondly, keep to the agreement concerning what they are supposed to deliver. Do not try to change them. I've heard reports of people who do not actually pay up on time, because these guys, they have bills to pay, so, and they need to stay motivated. So you have to keep to your own part of the bargain and pay up on time. And in the third place, look for the best and keep them. It's not easy to find the best out there. There are so many people out there who are not really good at what they do, but they have very good landing pages, very good sales copy, and they're able to convince you. And at the end of the day, you find out that they cannot give you exactly what you want, or they cannot deliver. So look for the best. So one of the ways you can actually get the best out there on these platforms is to look at the reviews and the kind of people that the kind of reviews that they have accumulated over time. Now, if they have negative reviews, then just stay away from them. And also, if you find the potential freelancer you want to work with, just make sure they have an understanding of what you really want, and that will help both of you going forward. Now, I encourage you to get familiar with terminologies that have to do with design or graphic design. There are some terminologies that you should be familiar with. Okay, now educate yourself, try as much as possible, get some education on how graphic design works and what graphic design is all about, what you can achieve and how to go about it. It will help you to be able to navigate the waters down the road. Now, give the designers some creative freedom. Don't just stifle their creativity. You may have exactly what you want in mind, but allow them also to give you something from their from their mind, something from their own skill set, something they can be able to do without your without your supervision. Allow them to express their creativity, and you're going to be surprised the kind of results that they can output. And finally, accept their professional opinion. Do not just stick to your opinion about these things, because these guys, they have lots of years that they've put into their crafts, and they're able to give you the best opinion, the best advice concerning your designs, concerning what you want. Alright, so I'm just saying this based on my experience over the years as a graphic designer, so I know how this works. Alright, so that's that. Now let's look at some design tools. There are so many of them out there. There are popular ones, there are not so popular ones. We're just going to look at some of them that I'm familiar with. We have online based graphic design tools, and we have offline based tools. So from this table you can see some of the most popular. You can see we have Canva there, we have Designer, Photopea, Adobe Express, Snapper, Vista Creates, and other ones. These are online based tools, meaning it means that you don't need to install a software on your computer. Alright, so if you want to get familiar with some of these apps, I encourage you to try them, see how they work, and perhaps see what you can create, see what you can do with them. They are quite easy to use, like Canva. Canva is very easy to use, anybody can use it. So they make design so simple and so fun to do. Alright, now for offline tools, we have the king of graphics, which is Adobe Creative Suite, Photoshop and Illustrator, and we have CorelDRAW, we have GIMP, which is a free software, we have Inkscape, Affinity Designer, we have Figma, which is a recent release, a recent product, we have Xara, Graphic Designer, Sketch, and so many other ones. So if you are familiar with any of these, fine, you're good to go. You have an advantage. So those are the tools that are being used for graphic design. This is not an exhaustive list. There's so many other ones out there. These are the ones that just comes to mind. Okay, let's move on. Now let's talk about artificial intelligence, or AI. At this moment, AI is a big deal. It's a big topic in the design industry. There are so many AI tools out there. If you go online, you're going to see lots and lots of creations and what people are able to create using artificial intelligence. It is something that I encourage everyone to learn how to do, because this is like the future of creative design. With artificial intelligence, it's bringing disruption to so many industries, especially creative industries like writing, graphic design, video editing, photo manipulation, 3D, which is mainly for media and entertainment. Okay, 3D imaging and similar stuff, architectural designs, a whole lot of industries. AI is disrupting these industries right now, and you don't have to stay behind. Just know what's happening, get familiar with AI, and see what you can do. Yeah, because you can use artificial intelligence to create designs that will actually sell on online marketplaces like Redbubble, TeePublic, Zazzle, and so on and so forth. You can use it to create designs for your own personal store, your self-hosted store, or your own self-produced t-shirt business. So artificial intelligence is here to stay. We are just seeing the beginning of it, and it can help you create designs very fast. There are free options, there are paid options out there, and there's no limit to what you can create. Just your imagination is the limit to what you can do. So there are tools like Midjourney, which is like the most popular, or one of the first actually. You have ClipDrop, you have Night Cafe, you have DALL-E, you have Bing AI, Stable Diffusion, Leonardo.ai, Canva AI, and so many others. In fact, right now it's in the news that Google is coming up with their own AI, with their AI technology. Nvidia is coming up with theirs, and so many companies like Facebook and Microsoft already has theirs, which is out there, Bing AI. So that is it. It's something I encourage you to get familiar with, something I encourage you to learn how to use, and you never know, it could be one of your best sources of designs for your t-shirt business. Okay, now let's talk about copyright and trademarks. Now, in the world of graphic design, it's very easy to infringe on copyrights. It's very easy to infringe on trademarks. So this is something that you should be mindful of. This is something you should look out for. Do not take it for granted, because you could run into trouble tomorrow. Now, trademarks are protected by law, and you can actually attract a lawsuit. Tomorrow a company can decide to sue you and claim that you have actually infringed on their trademark or copyright. So always check for copyrights, always check for trademarks, and avoid copyrighted terms, names, and phrases in your designs. Now, if you are going to sell on Redbubble or TeePublic or any of these other marketplaces, if you violate their intellectual property terms and conditions, well, they might actually shut down your account. Yeah, I lost one of my shops on TeePublic. I had a shop on TeePublic. I had lots of designs, and this shop was doing well. But what happened was that I violated a copyright or trademark, and they suspended my account, deleted all my work. So it is real, it can happen. So just be careful to always check for trademarks, check for copyrights. There are websites you can do this. One of them is uspto.gov, and trademarkia.com. So always check for copyrights. Always make it a practice before you upload any work. Before you upload any design, make sure you are not infringing on a copyright. Make sure that your tags, make sure that your titles, whatever you're writing, putting up there on your listings, do not infringe on copyrights, and you probably not have issues like this. Alright, now here are some best practices for t-shirt design. If you are familiar with graphic design, you will understand these terms better. Alright, but for the sake of those who do not understand, let's go through this list of best practices for t-shirt design. So look at legibility. Whatever you are putting there, is it readable? Is it something that people can easily read? Okay, now there's something we call balance. Is there a balance between the colors? Is there a balance between the arrangement of whatever you are putting down on the design? Okay, now you have to consider whether your design is only typography or graphics. And you have to also know your customer who you are designing for. If you are designing for kids, your design should reflect. If you are designing for adults, or if you are designing for senior guys, like aged people, it should reflect in your design. It should reflect in your colors and all that. So know your customer and design your t-shirts accordingly. Now keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate your design. I've come to realize that the simplest designs are what sell. Yeah, it will surprise you. Simple designs sell far better than the complex designs. So I found that out with experience. And next, use colors properly. Do not use colors indiscriminately. Make sure that your colors agree. There is harmony in your color choices. And then consider the printing technique. We've gone through the different printing techniques. Okay, so there are some printing techniques like screen printing, which are not suitable for full color designs. So you have to have that in mind when you are designing your t-shirts. Make sure that you consider the kind of printing technique, especially if you are going to be producing your own prints on your t-shirts. Alright, now there's also something called balance and composition. Alright, so balance and composition. We've talked about balance actually. So composition is simply how you arrange the elements of your design. Okay, and finally, consider the material. Whether you are going to be producing your own t-shirts, the kind of material is going to play a big role in the kind of design that you want to print on it. Alright, so those are the things you have to keep in mind. You are designing t-shirts, whether you are designing by yourself or you are paying someone to create designs on your behalf. Alright, thank you for sticking with me on this module. I will see you in the next one.